folks, I do hope you're well, I really do. Right, what's happening in the world of showbiz today? Well, I've got you a few stories today for a change. There's 3 or 4 of them. All from the showbiz landscape. They're all different. They're all different. I'll put the bins on. I've got to read you some words from the newspaper and a few I've caught from the TV or from the internet today. I'll give you a short one from the newspaper. It's only short. It's only about 4 or 5 lines. I thought this was a cracker, this one. It was titled Grant Sex Wish. I thought, what's all that about? Anyway, cheeky Richard E. Grant says he would like to have sex with long-term crush Barbra Streisand. The 67-year-old actor said late wife Joan Washington approved of his urges, as they often had frank chats about his long-term feelings. Grant added, over and above all, I don't know what that means, but that's what he said, over and above all, still if I had the opportunity, I would jump her bones. And I thought to myself, well, that's all well and good. They're older bones nowadays, but if he fancies her, he fancies her. But I thought, isn't she married to a film star? Is it Josh Brolin? I'm pretty sure it is. How does Josh feel about it? And more to the point, how does Barbara? So Richard E. Grant's alright with it. His ex-wife was. She's not here no more. She's gone. So she's not going to get in the way anyway. But I thought, poor old Josh, surely he should have a say. I don't think he'd be very happy. I don't think he would at all. Right, what else have I got? Did you see that today? Melania and Donald, the Don, Donald J. Trump. Not just Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump. Did you see it today? She's doing the old hand over there. She's saying about my husband, the next president of the United States of America. He gets up onto the podium to loud applause, and all of a sudden, they meet halfway. It's kiss time, innit? It's kiss time. Does she give him a nice big kiss on the lips, with or without tongues? Or does she not? Or does she just shake his hand? No, she went for the middle ground. No kiss on the lips, no tongue, so that didn't come into it. No shaking of hands. They did the old air kisses. You know that the celebrities do when they go to each side of each other's face. And I'm thinking, that's not the way a man and wife kiss, is it? And I can't remember last time I kissed my wife, but it didn't seem right to me, that. Didn't seem right to me at all, that. I thought it was all a bit strange, really. Looks a bit weird, a bit forced. Don't think I liked it at all. Don't think Melania liked it. Who else have we got? Have you seen that in the news about the Labour MP? What's it, Mike Amesbury, put a bloke on his pants, spark out in that there. Was it Frodsham or was it Runcorn? Was it Northwich? I think it was Frodsham. He's the MP for that anyway, Labour MP. They need some good publicity, don't they now, like a hole in the head, and he's giving it to him. Somebody said something to him he doesn't like. He's punched him, bang, the guy's gone down. If that's not enough, as the guy's down, he's leant over him and punched him 5 more times. And he says, well, he said something bad to me. He made me fear for myself. He said, so I had to hit him. He said, I was the one that rung the police. Maybe he was. I don't think you can punch somebody 6 times and get away with it. It was another one of them, like the old airport incident a few weeks ago with the Asian lads, where you seen one video, and then a few days later, a secondary video came out, and it made you change your tack completely. This is the same. Video came out over the weekend of the MP. Stood over the bloke saying, I bet you won't talk like that again. I bet you won't do that again to an MP, will you? That's all we seen the first time. Second video shows it all in graphic detail. As I say, old 6-punch Mike they're going to be calling him now. I think he's lost his place on the Labour Party. I don't think we'll be seeing much more of him. They need that budget week, don't they? They needed publicity like that. Rick Astley, he was on the TV today, again on about his memoir. He's recently done a memoir. And the name Pete Waterman came up and they said to him, Rick, didn't you live with him for a short while? He said, I did, he did. He said, aye. When they took me down to that there London with the old Stock Aitken and Waterman, it was early days for him, he said. When they took me down there, Pete had seen me and liked my voice and thought they could do something with me. But at that time, they had bigger stars, well-known people, and they were doing stuff with them. So they took me down there. I ended up being a canteen boy running around with cups of tea. So well, I know that because I'd heard that before. He said, and then they thought, we brought him down here. Where's he going to live? And Pete said, oh, don't worry, he can stay with me. He said, so I stayed with Pete for a while. He said, I enjoyed it. It was great. It was great grounding, and I learnt loads from him. He said, I'll tell you what, I think Pete's brilliant. He might be Marmite for many people, but I think he's brilliant. And I thought, Marmite, Pete? He's sensational, Waterman. I love him. I'd say Cowell is Marmite. I would say Cowell is Waterman number 2. Wants to be Waterman, never could be. I think Waterman's a lot cleverer than him. Cowell might have a bit more money, but I think Waterman's the cleverer one of the two. What? I'm not so sure he was great with that. Was it that Scottish singer, the rather large singer? I think he went a bit hard on her when she was on. Was it Pop Idol at the time? I can't remember her name. She's been in press only recently, so She's lost a lot of weight recently, so it took a long time to listen to his advice, but she's finally done it, I think. He went a bit hard on her, I suppose, it could be said. But he had a point as well at the same time. You know, there's not many really big people in pop. All right, there was Demis and whatever, but there's not many others. Even Adele lost all that weight, didn't she? Anyway, I'm digressing. That's what I do, me. Anyway, I thought, he's not my Mark Pete. I like him. I've got no problem with Pete Waterman at all. What else am I hearing? David Harris. Does that mean out to you? David Harris. Well, it does to me. Well, no, it didn't. If you'd have said Cochise, I might have known. If you'd have said Cochise from the Warriors, oh, I'd have known him. Cochise, yes, dead. 75 years, American actor. Cracking actor, I liked him. Didn't see him much, but he was Cochise in the Warriors. Did you see that film, folks? Probably many of you haven't. One of the greatest films I've ever seen. They call it a cult. Cult, not occult or any other word like that. Cult, C-U-L-T, classic, that's what they call it. And for me, it was one of the best films I've ever seen. Seen it as a kid, never forgotten it. I've seen it about 5 times now. Crackerjack of a film. He played Cochise in there. Sadly passed away, age 75. I think the old cancer got him, the old big C. Gets us all in the end. Well, it gets many of us. And lastly, have you heard the news about Parky? Parky, old Michael Parkinson. Now I loved him. Greatest interviewer ever. Greatest ever. With that thing on the ground, somebody's come up with the idea of bringing his voice back with AI. Oh, aye, the old AI, that's coming back. Parky is going to start interviewing superstars of today. And the voice is going to be AI. I believe it sounds absolutely dead like him. I thought, well, that's all well and good, but we're not going to see Parky, so they're going to be audio interviews, I would imagine. But I'm thinking, well, that's all well. It might sound like him and whatever else, but the thing with Parky is, they always said when he interviewed folk, he never went too hard at anyone, and that's why a lot of the Hollywood stars were happy to be interviewed by him. He never went too hard. But what he did do was ask interesting questions. His questioning was always good. He always asked the questions you'd like answers to, and that's what made him, for me, so endearing and so entertaining. Now I'm thinking, well, if AI is going to do all of this, it's going to be Parky's son, I think he's behind it, or somebody that ilk, that's going to put all the questions through AI. It won't be Parky, will it? Because he's not here no more. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. I mean, I love Parky, but I'm not sure I'm going to like the imitation Parky, because as I say, the questions ain't going to be from him, so it's not going to be him, is it? For all it sounds like him. And really, is the whole thing now just a little bit weird? It is a bit weird, isn't it? What do you think? Do you think it's weird, or do you think it's the norm? Well, it's a new norm if it's the norm. So I'm not so sure. I think it's a little bit weird. But then again, I think of the other talk show people out there. I mean, Norton, I like Norton. Now, you can't go wrong with Norton. But your man Ross on the other side, don't like him at all. No, he's not my cup of tea. Don't like him. Liked him even less since he did the thing with his Oppo Russell brand. You know how I feel about Russell, don't you? Anyway, I'm not going to down that route now. I'm not going to bother with Russell now. Right, I'll leave it at that. And no doubt, if I don't catch you later, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Don't worry about that. I'll be here. You're there.